Bolt Bros are in the house.
Let's go.
After the slacking of the gotta love to see that 31-14, and also pull out the brooms, guys, because we have swept the Raiders once again. Lovely to see once again. Raiders are obviously a dumpster fire as an organization all around, and gosh, it's got to be real hard to basically be a fan of their team. Gosh, it's got to be really difficult to be a fan of their team.
Yep.
Smokes. But
oh, yeah.
We got some slides, and we're looking to basically go over a couple different stats and everything, too. Talk about the game, post-game side of things, too. And, man, great to get a win like this after that last loss versus the Jaguars. So we got that taste out of our mouth. Now we can move on for the next 5 games, guys. So
100%.
Let's go ahead and get into it, guys.
All right.
Bros.
What's up, Herbert, man? You watching the Boat Bros podcast. Stay tuned.
Charter blue dreams, stadium lights gleam. Boat Bros on the beat, lead stream. Chargers rocking speeds, Sonic supreme. From the podcast to the field, we're a team. Charged up, Boat Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bright, charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.
Okay.
So here we go.
Hell yeah.
Man, and I'm just going to maybe give a little bit of a monologue here, but goodness gracious. So we have eliminated the Raiders from playoff contention. This is their 23rd year, essentially, that they will not get a chance to try to win a playoff game. 23rd straight year. Now, I've got it. They've had 2 years basically where they've had a winning season since 2005. Or excuse me, 2003.
I think 2002 was the last.
2003 is what I saw last time. It was 2003. And it's been a long time with this team to try to be a respectable organization at this point. And this team is absolutely trash. This organization is absolutely trash. And, you know, to my point, it's got to be really difficult to be a fan of that team. You got to think there's kids that have grown up as a Raider fan that have no idea what it is to basically see this team be a successful organization consistently by any means. And
there's people that have graduated college and have not seen a winning team. Yeah,
exactly. And they've only had 2 winning seasons, and they've never won a playoff game in that amount of time since 2003. So it's just, I get it and understand. Chargers have different issues. We stay in there, we stay entertained, and then we find a way to get disappointed at some point. But at the same side, at least I'd like to be entertained for the entire season, instead of being done with the season after week 7, week 6, whatever it might be. You just think, okay, this season's going to be trash at that point. Like, why would you continue watching at that point? So
yeah, they're a mess from top to tail, nuts to butts, whatever you want to say. I mean, it's a joke. Like and again, I understand everyone wants to stay loyal to their team and whatever, but the culture of that team is deplorable, right? Like I think it's just deplorable. Like there's just no reason to even be a fan of that team at all. And so, look, it is what it is. If you're a Raider fan, good luck to you. But continue sucking. You know, and
embrace the suck.
And bottom line, nobody cares about you, right? Like you're an irrelevant team. You've been irrelevant for a very long time, right? So at the end of the day, it's like, you know, there's nothing, you know, and again, it's so frustrating too when they ramble on, oh, how many championships you got? They are so living in the past. Yeah. Now, I'll say this too: the Chargers have not looked like the best team in the NFL too, but they're at least most likely going to make the playoffs and be relevant. They've been relevant last year. They're going to be relevant this year. So, you know, that's a good thing.
Agreed, man. But bottom line, guys, FTR, family, trust, respect every day. And once again, we have swept the Raiders again.
Yep.
They are done for the season officially. We basically slayed them. Yeah. Stabbed them in the heart. They're over with.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
Was
It was like a sword, you know, to the heart kind of thing.
Got it.
But, you know, it's just an organization.
That's right. That's it, man. Game over, man.
Game over.
What are we going to do?
My thing about it is with the Raiders, and we'll keep talking a lot about the Raiders just because we They are enemies essentially at this point.
We love seeing them lose.
We love seeing them lose. We love seeing them lose. And the thing is, though, they keep saying, well, Super Bowls. There's a great chance that you have not even seen a Super Bowl win in your lifetime, by the way.
Yes.
You've seen maybe a Super Bowl appearance that you got smoked in by the Bucs.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think what you need to focus on, Raiders fans, is winning seasons, at least at this point.
Yeah.
You need to have at least a good product on field. You need to stop talking about the past, start talking about the present, and be better for the present. And you're just
relevant.
Be relevant.
Just be relevant, right? They're just not relevant, And I said this from the beginning too. There's only going to be 10 teams that really matter in the playoffs, right? That's it. And you'll have one or two teams. You just got to get hot at the right time. I'll tell you right now, I am eating crow. You guys said Jamari Sawyer would look better. In fact, it'd be interesting to see what his PFF scores are as well too. We should probably look that up.
We actually already have a lot of the stats already up that are kind of pre-PFF stats and everything too.
All right.
As a total pressures allowed, the Chargers allowed 10, which is
wow,
absolutely incredible. That is actually probably half or more than what this team has done in the past, just with the adjustment. Now, I will say we played against the Raiders. That when you play against a bad team, you probably have better stats and everything too. Next week will be a different story. Bottom line.
Yeah.
But again, you got Max Crosby. Again, Max Crosby, I'm not a fan of that guy. Never have been, never will be.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. But let's talk about some of the stats here too, guys. Look, 31-14, guys, pretty amazing. And team stats, just you got to just say, dude, like, bro, broken hand. Well, we don't actually. Do we even know what it is? It looked like a
yes. I saw that too. Someone commented on the chat, and I looked it up as well. Daniel Popper did announce that it was he did break a bone in his hand, and he is going to have a procedure tomorrow. So we don't know if he's going to miss any time on that one. So, I mean, since it is an offhand, we'll see what happens. So,
I mean, you got to think about Aaron Rodgers. He had a wrist situation too. He went out and played still today. Desperation, at this point, trying to stay in the race of some sort and still got smoked by the Bills. So, I mean, I would imagine at this point, Herbert's going to be fine. And what's weird to me about Herbert is how many times he's injured his hands or his fingers or something like that too.
Yeah. He has really long digits, I noticed.
I mean,
he's very long.
And what's weird to me, and going back to our grandma, I remember years ago, I was cracking my knuckles, and she said, "You need to stop doing that. Your hands are going to look like mine." And it was just like, and it was like, old hands, and they look all like twisted. Like homeboy's going to have some twisted looking hands, man.
Oh yeah,
and it's yikes. But hey, he's an absolute Iron Man, and you got to love Justin Herbert going out there and still making it happen.
Fractured left hand.
Wow.
Yeah, wasn't it? I think it was like Howie Long. I think he has like a broken like a pinky or something like that, and it's permanently like pointed down or something like that.
Yep. Pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Not good.
Yeah, let's look at this. Actually, Geno Smith actually got more yards than Justin Herbert, which I thought was kind of crazy. 165 yards. There was a couple defensive plays. I mean, I was you guys know I was getting a little heated on the defense. I kind of don't love the 3-man fronts. I kind of feel like we struggle with that. We were hit and miss on that this game. That will not work against the Eagles next week for sure. Yeah. But 15 for 20, which is good. They just had to say, "Hey, man, we got to run the ball." And then look, we shut down Genty, dude, bro.
Yeah.
31 yards. That's all he got. That's crazy to me. That's
awesome.
crazy. Yeah. So, hey, the light boxes worked, but I don't know. I tend to feel like we a little bit better with at least a 5-man front works a little bit better in my opinion. But
in the contrast here too. So Ashton Genty has a terrible O-line that he's running up against too. His O-line is terrible. Our O-line is not that good, but we're still getting essentially Kamani Vidal, who's RB4. And he's still able to get 126 yards, like out of 25 carries. There is a scheme difference, and there is an absolute talent difference to our team in comparison to the Raiders. So, bottom line, we're still able to get it done with guys that are, essentially we're practice guys. I mean, Kamani Vidal at some point was actually not even on the team for a bit there too.
Yep, he was let go. So again, but Kamani will be our guy moving forward with obviously Amari and Hampton next week. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I hope Herbert can play, but the problem is he can't go under center. That was kind of the big thing. He could not go under center. He
played shotgun all the whole time.
And that's rough, right? Better front, you're going to be in real trouble.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers was pretty much their entire offense for sure. Ladd was pretty good. Team stats, again, not the best, 341 total, but look at the passing yards, only 149, but look at that, 192 rushing yards. That was amazing.
Love it. Well, and go back to the Raiders total yards. When it started into the fourth quarter, they only had 91 yards.
Yep.
Yeah.
91 total. Like,
yeah, at the half, they were like not anywhere near where they needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the score could have been much higher too, without the interception in the end zone, with maybe even just not going for it on that fourth down and just go ahead and
kick the field goal.
Kick the field goal. Like, it could actually have been 17-42 or something like that at this point.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So yards per play, 5. They were only 3.5. We had 22 first downs. Third down efficiency was way better. I mean, that was awesome right there. 12 for 17. And again, one thing I would say too is, even if we're on a bad offensive line, this is where the running game is so important, because if you can run the ball effectively, you can get first downs and your third down efficiency starts to become better. And again, Amari Hampton's going to run hard and angry, right? He's more of a gap and go guy. I think, Kamani Vidal is more of an edge guy. I think he runs to the sidelines a little bit better, I think, total. So
agreed. I mean, his big run was from the sidelines to the left side and gone. See you, bud.
Interesting. Not a lot of penalties. For some reason, I kept thinking there was more than that, but
it seemed like there was a lot. Yeah, but it was a pretty clean game, though. Yeah,
that interception was interesting. I was a little surprised by that, but Herbert didn't see that guy. That guy, I think he thought that guy was going to drop or they were going to go man, and it wasn't man. So so that interception throw was a little bit off. And really red zone attempts, that's pretty good. 3 for 5. That's not too bad. They were 2 for 2. That's interesting. So they added that.
That's a new addition. I was keeping track of the red zone side of things too.
Yeah,
we could have almost been 100%, to be honest, in red zone.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see if Trey Lance starts next week. I really hope he doesn't. I really hope Herbert can play, but you never know. Surgery doesn't sound like a good thing, right? So if he does not play, boy, they'd have to really think about Trey Lance. You know what I would do with him? I would go back to just college and just RPO him like crazy. And repass option, and just try to get that running game going and just beat him up that way. I mean, that's what I would do. But that'd be my take. But man, Kamani, look at this, dude. Great stat line for Kamani, man. Yeah, Jarrett looked good too.
Yep.
I mean, it's
amazing.
It was funny, and I want to say in our chat thread, I just kept saying, keep running the ball. Like, who cares about throwing this ball? Like, you're getting so much like yards to every single run. Like, what is it? Total of, what was the team stats there for the per rush?
I think it was
average.
It was 100. Well, it was 194 yards rushing.
And then it was total on average was. That doesn't show me average. Anyways,
it looks like about 5.
Probably about 5. Yeah, average 5 per rush. I mean, keep doing that. Keep doing that. Who cares? And by the way, this is Kamani Vidal's 3rd over 100-yard rush game, or rushing yards per game. So
really,
it's his 3rd time. So he had one against the Dolphins, he had one against the Vikings, and he had one against the Raiders. Now, I will say both of those 3 games are kind of 2 trash teams and everything too. But at the same side, hey, shout out Kamani Vidal. You're holding it down, dude. It doesn't matter. And I love what you're doing. And wins a win, and you did a great job.
Yeah, and I don't like running quarterbacks. I get nervous because they get hurt, right? That's exactly what happened to Justin Herbert, right? He got kind of hit, and that was kind of crazy. So that was a little bit shocking to me. Kamani, Jarrett, and again, Herbert. Look again, that one run. I remember seeing it and going like, "Ooh, they kind of looked a little weird," because he kind of fell down on his hand, and I was like, "Oh, that's not good." So I'm curious to see what happens with that. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious, but I'm sure it is. Right. You got to wonder what they'll do. I mean, he could even like I said, just have exactly what he had out there again. It's taped up. They pad the hell out of it, and just say, "Hey, dude, we're getting the ball out quick." Leave it at that. But again, didn't throw the ball a whole lot. Ladidi McConkey, Trey Harris looked pretty good too. That sweep was awesome at the end there. I thought that was pretty great. Yeah. Keenan looked good. I mean, it was enough passing. I mean, nothing super exciting there, for sure.
And I want to say Keenan Allen, his 4 catches were all 3rd down catches.
They were all 3rd downs, yes.
Yeah, they pretty much were. 3rd and Keenan, man. It was great.
Keenan all day.
But look at the targets. So, like, they spread the ball around a lot, too, which I thought was pretty good. Yeah. Perriman looked good. Tui looked good. And again, I have to say this over and over again. I get so frustrated with these like light boxes that we keep running, right? 4-man fronts. I'm like, man, you got to start putting a little more pressure. We do a great job blitzing, and we don't blitz that often. And the problem is they only blitz on 3rd down. It's like, guys, they're going to dial something up so they get the ball out quick, so the blitz doesn't matter. Blitz more on 1st down, blitz more on 2nd down. A little bit more. Just mix it up a little bit. I just think they're getting a little too predictable in their general coverage.
Yep,
that's my take on it. But Thule got 2 sacks, which is awesome. Dan Henley got half a sack. Bud Dupree got a sack. Khalil Mack got half a sack. I mean, the defense looked great, and again, it's the Raiders. The Raiders look like hot garbage.
Shout out to this though, Tuli Pelotu now has 10 sacks on the season.
Crazy, right?
A career high for him. So
yeah,
that's awesome. Shout out to Tui for that, man. That's awesome.
There we go. Chin hit Herbert with his helmet in his hand. I think he actually did. It was something like that. Yeah. It seemed like, because I thought he fell on it, and I was like, well, so. Yeah. Anyways, but look, stats look good. It's exciting to see. We look good, all together. So I'm pretty hyped on it.
And it's interesting about how Herbert, if he's going to go under some sort of procedure, and I don't know what kind of procedure could actually fix that hand that quickly or whatnot, but I have to believe that he's going to still play. Like, there's got to be something that they're going to still play, and they're probably going to submit something to the NFL, just basically saying, hey, this is the safety procedures that we're taking on this, yada yada yada. He's got to play. He has got to play.
Yeah. Well, he played that game.
He played the game. Yeah.
And so, even after a surgery, he might just say, they could just tape it up like crazy and say, put a lot more padding around it, whatever feels good, But again, the problem is he can't go under center, right? At least he didn't go under center after that. So, so we'll see what happens with that. So,
well, the injury was a little too fresh, a little too tender. You know what I'm saying? So, so give it a week and a plus a day. We should. He might be able to be all right.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. I mean, we'll see what happens. Of course, he did play with a broken finger that one year, right?
Yeah.
And that was his throwing hand, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Yep. Oh, and even cartilage situation, bad ankles, like this guy, just basically works through it. So, I can't imagine he's going to just be out of this game. So,
and just like Beef Talboy said, he's a Giga Chad. It's all good.
Giga Chad.
Giga Chad. Yeah. Oh boy, he's a Giga Chad. I haven't heard that in forever, dude.
That's so good. So good.
Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I'm just trying to read up on the medical procedure. It just keeps saying medical procedure, so that's kind of annoying.
Yeah. Totally. Yep. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, I assume if they're going to put him under the knife or at least put something in there to stabilize his hand, I'm sure they'll just get it done and hope that it's not going to be something that's going to take that long to get situated and hold him out from any point in this year. So, but we'll see. But we'll keep you guys updated what we hear about Justin Herbert and everything too, about how it looks for him and will he be starting for the next game for Monday Night Football against the Eagles, which we will be at that game too. So it's going to be exciting.
Yeah. We seem to pick the best games, guys. Like when we're the most beat up and something's going on, we might not even see Justin Herbert out on the field
because they need us there. That's why
they need us.
It's a guaranteed dub when all three of us are there.
That's right.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, and that's a game we definitely. I mean, that's a playoff game, right? I mean, every game the rest of the season is a playoff game for sure.
No, that's a Super Bowl right there. That's a Super Bowl right there.
Super Bowl time. But you guys want to have a quick word from our sponsor here too, by the way?
Let's do it.
Might as well get that knocked out real quick. You want me to just hit the video?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Have you heard about the Sleeper app? Well, let me tell you all about it. Sleeper is the best way to experience and connect over sports together. It's a one-stop shop for all your sports needs. You can celebrate and chat on games in real life with other users. Get the fastest scores, blazing fast news, and alerts right at your fingertips. Play in fantasy leagues and win real money on pick contests, so you can enjoy sports the way they were meant to be together. Download the #1 sports app today. Plus, you get a $100 deposit match up to $100 when you use code BoltBros.
There we go.
Appreciate you, Sleeper, once again. Thank you so much for sponsoring our podcast, and also shout out to Hog Media too. We always appreciate you guys and the support you provide for us, man. So,
and this is a good comment here. Herbert had an extra day and a half. It's because it's Monday Night Football. And he can play out the shotgun, and again, he'll also have Amari and Hampton back most likely as well too, which is good.
Well,
I actually like the concept of having 2 running backs in the backfield. Actually, what I like the most out there, the formation I like the most was 21 personnel. So you had 2 running backs, and then you had 1 extra tight end on that side with Max Crosby. Chip him, and then another guy come chip him on the other side, and then exit out that side as well too. And that seemed to work the best in my opinion. So I don't know. Again, we'll see what happens. But the Eagles got a great front, definitely better than the Raiders.
Big time.
So the last thing you want to see is Justin Herbert get dry hump more and more out there as well too. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But
with the bad wrist and everything too. I mean, or bad hand,
exactly.
I should say. That's not good. But interesting. And just looking ahead, and I know we still got some slides that we want to talk about. Philadelphia Eagles aren't that good against the run, by the way. They've been giving up 128.9 yards per game. That puts them about, I'd say, probably about 26th in the league. 25th in the league, I should say.
Wow.
So they're not that good against the run. So it almost could benefit us a little bit too. Maybe they're a lot more heavier blitz. You just run towards the blitz. Maybe that's something that we could, possibly benefit with Amari and Hampton, Kamani Vidal, and play a lot of short game with the pass game too. So we'll see. But to just stay on track to the actual game that we just beat down the Raiders, you got to love to see that 31 to 14. It's always good to do that, and always good to basically sweep the Raiders too. I'll take that all day, every day.
Oh, yeah.
That if you have a bad season as a Chargers fan, as long as you beat the Raiders every single time, I'm okay with that. Like,
yes.
If I get 2 wins, let those wins be the wins for us. So, and by the way, let's wear the navies every single time. I said that I was at the Bull Pride 602 party, and I was like, let's just keep wearing the navies, man. Like, who cares? Who cares? Just keep wearing the dang navies, man. And there's such good looking jerseys. And I think the players play differently in those jerseys for some reason too.
I agree. They are the best jerseys. I got to get a jersey like that. I have to spend some money on that. I think the Bolt Bros need to get that. Of course, I need to get one of them jackets too. Our own jacket. I only get our own merch, So
right, everybody was loving them at the party, dude. They're like, man, that jacket, I gotta get it, dude. I gotta get it.
I should have ordered one for the Chargers Eagles game. Then we all could have had it, but unfortunately, I don't think I'll have time.
We still need to make a Angels variant.
Yeah.
And we also need to make
Anaheim.
We need to make one that's also powder blue. Another one that's also like change up the colorways to yellows and stuff too. So just kind of like uniform it for every single color of uniform that we have. So that would be awesome to be able to do that. But just to be able to go back to the slides here. Now I'm just going to show off one of the slides. And I like looking at the halftime stats because it kind of gives you an idea of where it ended for the teams. I mean, they had 85 total yards for the Raiders at halftime. They had 91 total yards at the beginning of the fourth quarter too, by the way. Wow. So think of how small that amount of yards that they had in the third quarter. It was bad. I mean, different offensive coordinator, same results pretty much for the Raiders. It's not getting any better for these guys too. I was even saying when at the watch party, I was like, how can a player like Max Crosby still want to be loyal to the Raiders? Because at some point you might end up being a Myles Garrett and a guy that potentially could have a historic year. Maybe a hot take here. If he breaks the sacks record this year, he should be MVP regardless. I don't care if they're a terrible team. He should win that because he's an absolute menace out there.
And on a crappy team, too.
On a crappy team, exactly. Yeah. But to my point about Max Crosby, he might be 34 years old until basically that team is even relevant at that point. Like, why don't you go ahead when you have your prime years, go out to some other team somewhere else where you could potentially have a chance at something? And it's just, dude, at some point you got to say, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I got to get out of here kind of thing. So, so Herbert just said in his press conference, is treating this as I'm playing Monday. Fantastic.
Well, the other thing, what I thought about too, you know what they could do? I remember Joey Bosa hurt his hand in preseason last year. And I remember it was a fracture. Like he hit somebody's pads and he did something and he fractured his hand. He still played, but they actually put a pad,
big
like
old
metal plate
thing.
Yeah. But they put a cast and they put like a metal plate over his hand as well too. So you got to wonder if maybe they do something like that and say, all right, well, let's just, kind of keep it a little more protected. maybe not a metal plate. That's probably the wrong word for it. But
right.
something to like a built-in pad or something like that as well too. So, but
I think Harbaugh even said they'll probably just do something like they just already did. Put the glove in there, like pad it up, whatever. That's what they're planning to do for Herbert probably.
Totally.
Well, and again, if he's in shotgun the whole time, great. Then they're playing for shotgun. That's it.
Yep. True.
Now, so that's a very different conversation. Now, I would see, to me though, I would love to see some wildcat formation. You got Amari Hampton, 3rd and short, and you're just like, all right, we're going to run the ball, and Amarian's going to be the wildcat guy, or Kamani Vidal, direct snap to him, and he just runs it. I like that idea as well, a little bit as well too. So, anyways,
I love it. And even to going back to the one play that was kind of the blunder play of this game is when they went for it on that 4th down, and that was so just annoyed. After Justin Herbert had a jacked up hand and everything too. Where my head was at was, Andrew was like, "Why didn't you just take the 3 points?" What it did is it basically gave up 7 points to the Raiders at that point.
Yeah,
it could have been 10-0 at that point. But if you really wanted to go for it, how about you just put in Trey Lance for that play and do basically the power surge, push them, get them there, because don't do that with Justin Herbert with a jacked up hand and put it at risk even further. That was just a really odd choice at that point.
Yeah,
you were a little greedy. I get it. And it didn't really end up ultimately hurting us. But at the same side, it would have been nice to have basically a 31-7 or 34-7 type victory type thing.
Yes.
Too. So it was just a really weird call. Really weird call, man.
Yeah, and we knew what they were going to do because it was going to be in shotgun. And it was like, dude, we know what you're doing. Like, I knew what they were going to run, and I was like, come on, man, come on.
Yeah.
So I was a little annoyed, and that was a coaching issue. So my question is, whose call was that? Was that Jim Harbaugh's? Was that Greg? I imagine it was Jim Harbaugh's.
Yeah, had to have been Greg Roman. Yeah.
Well, no, he may have made the call, but someone. Probably Jim Harbaugh made the call to
probably approved it. Yeah.
Yes.
So still crazy, man. Still crazy. But at halftime it was a tight game, and then it became a complete blowout for the Chargers. You gotta love seeing that once again against the Raiders specifically. You gotta love that for the fact of getting this team back on track, looking like a dominant team and everything too, and to basically get that whole bad taste out of your mouth from that stupid, Jaguars game. I'm good to get past that, move on. And now we got a bigger game on Monday Night Football against the Eagles. Now, I'll jump over just to the MVPs of the game here, man.
Oh, man.
Dude, Kamani Vidal, man. When he just turned that corner, it was gone, dude. He was so absolutely gone. Funny thing, when I was at the party, we're chatting about Amari Hampton. And, obviously Amari Hampton is one of those guys that could run very well in between the tackles. A little bit more thunder element to his game. But one thing I said is, I think he's got that ability for that long ball, basically that ability to basically, take the ball downfield for 59 yards.
That is the funniest comment I think I've ever heard. I got to go, guys. So please call me. You got bigger things you got to focus on.
Yeah.
Do your thing, bud. Wow.
But to basically my point is that Amari Hampton has that ability to take it to the house at any point on the field. Now, funny thing, that was Kamani Vidal just showed me he could do it for 59 yards too.
Yep.
And so it's huge for a guy like this to basically make a statement like this. You got to understand, and we've already talked about it. We've had 3 running backs go down. Basically, our 2 starters, Amari Hampton, Najee Harris, and then also Hassan Haskins, who I don't even know if he's going to be back at all.
Which is what happened to him, dude. Like, I've no idea.
Not a clue what's going on there. So a guy like Kamani Vidal to come out here and make a statement and to be able to have a game like this is absolutely massive for us. He really solidified that RB2 position for this team, and he is an absolute MVP for this game. So shout out to you, Kamani Vidal, for being the MVP for this game and stepping up when we needed you most.
So, my thought is, why don't we have 2 running back sets, right? I like the 2 running backs. So you come on one side, Amari on the other side. And you might say, well, what's the point of that? Well, the one thing that's nice about it, you could throw out of that set, right? They could chip the edges, right? And then just go to the flats, right? So it's an easy, get the ball out quick. Nothing's downfield. Great. Then look who's open, left or right, right? And then you're splitting the linebackers right there. You can drag a tight end right through the middle because they'll be splitting the running backs. So the middle of the field will be open, or Justin Herbert can run the ball up the middle. So I kind of like the idea of the 2 running back sets. You got Vidal and Hampton back there. And they also help with pass protection as well, too. So I think that would be a good thing. I'm just saying that could be a good formation they could potentially use next week, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, yeah, because then they'll have to question, okay, is it going to be Vidal or is it going to be Hampton who gets the ball, So they won't know. It'll make them guess. And a lot of times, like if Vidal's in the backfield, they were like, okay, it's not going to be him. It's going to be Hampton or something like that. So,
well, then you could also use Hampton as a lead blocker too, right?
Right, exactly.
Because then, so then Hampton runs to the right. He just hands off to, Vidal, and he just runs off as a lead block to the right side. And I'm just saying, I just you don't have to use it every play, obviously, but I think it's an interesting wrinkle that that you can do some things. So
yeah, definitely.
HH4, I'm just going to throw it out there too. I know we're 8-4, man. I'd love to be able to hear your opinion on it. Generally, you have kind of a negative outlook most of the time with this team, but 8-4, man, you got to respect the coaches and what they've done and whatever players that they've had. To be able to be at 8-4 and losing both of your stud tackles is absolutely massive for what this team has basically done thus far.
Yeah,
it's incredible to see. And somebody in the chat too talked about that we got the best running back in this draft. Now, I was a big fan of Travion Henderson, and he's been an absolute stud home run hitter for the Patriots. So I think Amari Hampton is the complete back. Travion Henderson's the electric, like home run ball type guy for you. He's very good at blocking still too, but I think that Amari Hampton is a better overall back. He's good at pretty much anything and everything for you too. So, but we'll see. It's not even one complete year for these guys too, but I love what Amari Hampton basically can do for this team. So
Chris, I love it. We made that root again, boys. Oh,
let's go. Super Bowl, baby.
I love it.
Make a statue for Jim Harbaugh. It's so fun. Team, man. Let's go.
I like your energy, but
Daddy, chill.
Yeah. Yeah. Just kind of pull it back just a little bit,
I love it.
Yeah.
Just to move on to the next MVP, my guy, Tuli Tuipulotu, man. I mean, the guy has been balling out this year for us. And, he's obviously a guy that deserves a contract extension, by the way, too. He had 2 sacks this game, 10 sack season for him, 4 tackles for loss. I mean, this guy is an absolute menace, 7 total tackles, with 5 of those being solo, too. So the guy's a menace, and you got to love what Tuli Tuipulotu is doing. And he's a local boy, too. Lawndale's finest is what they always say.
Hey,
and he's playing in Inglewood, just right next to Lawndale. So, gotta love seeing what he's doing, man. And it's great to see Tuli out there still balling, Mr. 4-5 out there. And
so let me.
He's in the chat. T's in the chat. Let's go.
Get those T's in there.
Let's. So some of the offensive and defensive grades right now. So Chargers going through week 12 is the offensive grade. We're at 68.2, which is 15th in the NFL total. Defensively, we're 72.5, which is 8th in the NFL. So that's pretty good, right? Herbert is a very high PFF grade of 88.4, which is pretty good. And the defense has actually got a elite run stopping grade, especially versus the Raiders this week, especially, right? So it's pretty solid. But again, so Justin Herbert, anyways, I'll go through Kamani Vidal's numbers, and then I'll go through Tuli's. Kamani, 81.6, very solid. That was amazing. Tuli was at almost an 80, so 79.3.
Love it.
So a 4 sack effort, right, which is amazing. So he did really well.
Love it. Yeah, I mean, it's great to see what Tuli did, but shout out to Tuli. 10 sack season for him. Congratulations on getting to that level too. So career high.
Hell yeah.
That's
amazing, man.
Love it. We have to pay him. Do we got that money now? So we'll have to see how that plays out.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have to pay him a lot. He's gonna get a fat contract. That's for sure.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, it's well deserved, regardless. So, and we do have him, I think, under contract one more year next year. So we can negotiate from that point.
And then we'll give him a 5th-year option, I'm sure as well.
Yep.
Too. So,
Yep. So actually, well, he's a 2nd round pick, so you can't give him 5th round. So it's only 1st rounds that get 5th round. So you basically have to give him an extension from this point. So you can make the money push down to basically 2027 and then give him a front loaded bonus at this point. So but great to see. But to move on, you gotta love seeing what this defense did, and I kind of put this photo here because it just looked like chaos, pretty much. And there was a lot of points where this defense was basically creating chaos. There was a point that they actually had 4 3-and-out drives. I think it was either 4 or 3 that basically ended in a sack. And there was another one that was like a 4th down attempt that ended in a sack too. So this defense did a phenomenal job of basically creating chaos and stepping up when it mattered most to end drives. And that's one thing I really enjoyed about this game too. And Khalil's even in there with his jacked up elbow still out there making it happen with his dislocated elbow.
Yep.
And he's even sacking basically Geno Smith in this game too. So it's great to see, man. But the defense, I think, did well. What's annoying to me is that late touchdown, because you kind of want to stop having these stupid like garbage time touchdown type situation. And I hate when defenses do stuff like that. Like, stop making it interesting. Like, how about we play some boring football? And it's just a straight 34-7 type beatdown would be kind of nice too. So, but gotta love what the defense did. They still went out there and made things happen. They still got plenty of sacks on this team.
Yeah.
And didn't play to their level. And that's bottom line is what I appreciated from this game.
Well, the one guy too that in that picture too is Odafe Oweh. I think he's been great ever since he showed up.
He really has been.
You know, our Ferrari package is pretty elite. I actually love that. I don't even know why we wouldn't want him out there more frequently, right? He's looked amazing. We're going to sign him for a contract for sure. At least I know we're going to offer him something, I would imagine. But I probably think they want to kind of slowly bleed him out because they don't want to pay him a huge contract. You know, you got him, you got Thule, you got a lot of people you got to give money to. So with Odafe Oweh, though, man, gosh, he's been a great pickup for the Chargers. And I think even one more year underneath his belt with the Chargers, I think he'll be even better too. So, I mean, and again, we blitz. We don't blitz hardly at all. We're one of the least blitzing teams in the NFL. We are better when we blitz, and I don't understand why we're not blitzing more frequently. So I'm a little frustrated by that. I mean, you saw me in the chat. I was like, come on, dude. Like, why are we not blitzing? I was so freaking annoyed. So anyway.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of those 3-and-outs that ended in sacks were based upon blitzes. Like, and to be honest, that Brock Bowers touchdown was basically an all-out blitz, basically just single coverage on the outside. And that was just an absolute incredible catch by Brock Bowers. I mean, that was almost an improbable catch.
Yes.
I mean,
that was pure cinema.
Ridiculous.
Pure cinema.
That was insane. If you need highlights for the Raiders, that's basically the one lone highlight that they're probably going to have being like, wow, let's look at the 2025 highlights. That's probably one of them. That's probably one of them.
100%.
But, you know, and just give another shot to the Raiders. They have now given up, that offensive line has now given up 15 sacks in the last 2 games. 15 sacks, guys. Like, we got terrible. 5. That's incredible. Last week they gave up 10. It was insane, man. So
that's
terrible. But Justin Herbert, you know, that's with him with his like hand situation there. He looked like he could never really like move his hand at all. It always looked like very stable looking. And didn't really move. And I'm interested to see how that's going to go for him this upcoming game. If he's going to play on Monday night, you kind of expect the same thing there from him.
You know what I would do? If he did play, I would just make it so that hand is pretty much just in a position flat. Like this, right? Just flat, tons of padding. And then you have the glove there. So then you're at least like catching it like this to some degree. And then you throw the ball, right? So you use it as that. Now, you could also put some padding in the hand, the palm, which would be kind of interesting, too, if you put padding in the palm so it didn't hurt as much when if you're under center. But, man, you just got to worry about that transition. So, I don't know. They'll probably just keep him in shotgun is what I think they'll end up doing.
Agreed. But, you know, also this all comes down to what Greg Roman's going to decide to do, too. Like, this is where you have to adjust your game plan. This is where you have to get the ball out of Justin Herbert's hand. You don't want to put it at risk more than it needs to be at this point. So he has to find a way to get short passes, get it out to the flat. You know, Marion Hampton's been great for us getting it out in the flat, and he catches the ball. I mean, Kamani Vidal did catch one ball, too, in the flat, too. Let him be that outlet too. Get the ball out of his freaking hands fast. Like, run the ball, get the ball out of your hands quick. Come on. Simple as that.
I'm not seeing any screens. I'm not seeing any tunnel screens. I'm not seeing anything like that. And it's kind of weird. And I'm like, I would have thought they would have added that to this, but they just haven't been doing that. And I don't know if they just think like, hey, they're not working, so we're not doing it. But like to me, at least try it every once in a while. Maybe on first down or second down, try it. It seems strange to me.
Yep, I agree. When I saw Justin Herbert walking around, I had a couple of thoughts. One, I thought about the movie Young Frankenstein, the detective guy and how his hand.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought of. And then I also thought this one too. This is
Chubb. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Maybe you should throw a meme on there and put what's wrong with my hand here?
What's wrong with my hand? Oh, that's perfect.
Nice.
That's what I thought when I saw that, because he just was not flexing that hand by any means. And it was really, really funny to kind of look at that. So, I mean, I do hope that everything's going to be fine for him for Monday night. I assume he is an absolute Iron Man. He's going to go out there and keep playing, man. So,
this is a really good point. Screens require an O-line that can be quick, and we don't have that. I kind of agree with you on that.
That's true.
But I will say this, guys. We proved today that we can run. We're not good at pass blocking, right? That's where we're struggling. Right. So, and so fine, run the damn ball then. Run the ball more. Then let Amari and Kamani Vidal push it downfield. So, anyways, but that's hilarious, dude. Chubbs, that's perfect.
The Raiders dang jacked up my hand kind of thing. It's like
messed up my hand.
It's like dang alligator bit my hand off kind of thing,
Yeah. Well, but like against the Eagles, right? You could probably throw the ball maybe 25 times. The rest of the time, you're running the ball. You're running the ball. Right. Or do some screens. Quick pass. Boom. Get the ball. Just really quick. Yep. In the flat, right? Anytime you do not see a press man on the side, great. Throw the ball. Yep. So.
100%.
Anyways, what are my takes on that?
Love it.
Derwin
James, I just wanted to kind of point him out too. He had a great sack too on a blitz once again, and it was on a third down again.
That was a great safety blitz.
Fantastic. Love to see that, and you love to be able to see that out of him. I feel it's something been lacking a little bit out of his game, and one thing that I really appreciated about this game too is that we didn't come out very rusty looking. Like I felt like giving that 1 week off kind of situation for this team really helped out this team, revitalized this team. I mean, whatever they did, cold plunges for 15 minutes every single day. I don't know what it is. It really made a difference on this team. So I was very glad that we came out of this bye week looking better, looking fresh, and looking more energized too. So it is a 5-game season at this point. We got to find a win, 2 more at least. 4 will solidify yourselves back at 11-win type season 2. But you got to love it. Now, I will say a little criticism about Derwin James when Brock Bowers got his first touchdown wide open. Where was he? Like, I don't know what was happening there.
Yeah, I think he thought that there was some safety coverage or something up top. I don't know what happened on that.
Well, I feel like Cam Hart was on Brock Bowers all day. That was really his man, it seemed like. So
that touchdown though, Derwin was on him exactly, and so he bumped him and then let him go, and then he scored in that end zone. Kind of frustrating. But by the way, Cam Hart, that second touchdown, that was great coverage. I mean, that's as good as you're going to get. I mean, he just made a play.
Yeah. That was literally just like an absolute improbable catch.
Yeah,
like,
crazy.
Insane.
By the way, Derwin James had an 85.7 PFF grade.
Love it.
So that's pretty good.
That's still a stug. Still a stug. I said stug.
Still a stud. Wow.
Still a dog. Still a
dog.
He's a dog. Oh, he's a dog.
Don't worry, it's made of wood. It's real sturdy.
And then he hits it. That's perfect. It gets right over.
My gosh, that's so funny. They had to super glue it together. That was so funny.
Yep, love it.
I'll beat up.
But yeah, it's great to see Derwin out there still making things happen. It's great just to see the defense look pretty like energized. Yeah. I mean, just after a lackluster game, the previous game, it's good to see that. And mind you, you're playing against the Raiders. Everybody's beating them senseless at this point. So, and once again, this is another 17+ point loss that the Raiders have had. It is not pretty for this organization, period. If you look at the numbers, it's not good. I think that's now the 52nd loss, I believe, in the since 2011, since Mark Davis has taken over the team of over 17+ points. And this is also the 7th game that they had a deficit of 14 points this season alone. So not good. Not a good organization by any means.
Yeah.
Moving on, Keenan Allen, third and Keenan was all over on this one, man. And you got to love seeing him out there. He's still out there making it happen, still out there just making those clutch catches when necessary. He is also, this is his 12th season where he's had 60-plus catches too. So absolute stud, Keenan Allen, an absolute legend, an absolute, in my opinion, a Hall of Famer for sure for this team, and I think in the NFL.
Oh yeah, well, absolutely, Hall of Fame. Absolutely, Chargers Hall of Fame. No question about that. He's definitely doing that. But yeah, and real Hall of Fame, yes, absolutely too. I believe it. So
yeah, and it'll be interesting to see, what they dial up next week. I'm very curious to see how that plays out. Right, like I said, I think they're going to run the ball like crazy, and maybe that's what this team does, guys. Because again, you don't have to have the best offensive line to run the ball, right? You just got to have a good running back as well. Mm-hmm. You have to have a decent offensive line. You do. He has to be decent. And I think we are better. Like a good example, like Zion Johnson is a really bad pass blocker, but he's actually a very good run blocker, right? Yeah. Bradley Bozeman is actually a better run blocker than he is a pass blocker. So maybe that's it, guys. We're just going to run the ball 30 times, and you're going to see 15 Amari Hampton. You're going to see 15 Kamani Vidal next week, and then we're going to have 20 throws by Justin Herbert in between, and we'll go from there. Which that doesn't sound very fun, guys, quite frankly. But you got to also remember too, the Eagles' offense is terrible. They look horrible. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But yeah,
that game's going to be battle of the defenses, in my opinion. Yeah, that's all it really truly is at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But back to Keenan Allen, his 4 catches, I believe, were all third down type catches too. He's an absolute stud. Once again, he's an absolute alien, like people have put in the chat. Gotta love him, man. 13, dude. I'll take one of those Navy 13 jerseys all day. Dude, all day.
For real, bro. It's such a. I want the helmet, dude.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there you go.
That helmet would be so sick.
I agree. Last slide, just going to give a shout out. And I love this one because look at the Raider coach there, like, oh no, about to go down.
So sick.
But this pick by Unc was so dope. Like, it was just what was it? Who was it? Tarheeb Still that basically bumped. No, it was Dante Jackson that tipped the ball up, basically went right into Unc's hands. Love to see it. It was by like a hair that his knee did not go out of bounds. It was great to see, but Unc out there, man, the dude makes plays, and the guy needs to be out there more often, man. Like, whatever reason, man, Tony Jefferson, when he's out there, he's making plays, and you got to love seeing a nice vet like that in the backfield making things happen.
He's still making it happen. You know what? Yeah. You could re-sign him cheap, guys.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the day, you don't got to pay him a lot of money. I think he just wants to be out there anyway. I don't think he's making that much. I think he's maybe making $1 million. We got $100 million next year too. So you could probably bring him back no matter what, even just as a guy on the sidelines. We got some stud safeties or whomever, but like
just someone for the locker room, even
someone for the locker room. Like I and if he wants to play again, which I think he will. And again, Keenan Allen, you could probably bring him back pretty cheap as well too. So be pretty interesting to see how that plays out.
100%. Yeah.
You gotta love it, man. But it was great to see that happen. And you're getting a guy that was actually retired, a guy that basically was a coach on the Ravens,
right?
And he's out there making plays. And it's great to see, man. It's great to see. But that's what I got for the slides here too. I was in one thing that we didn't even talk about. Chargers are 4-0 in the division, by the way. 4-0 in the division. That is an absolute huge metric to have with this team.
Oh yeah.
Especially when it comes down to a, potential tie situation, but for the AFC conference, we are now 7-2, which is fantastic. That sets us up very, very well all around too for seeding. We're sitting in the 5th seed right now too. It's wild to see kind of what's happening with the whole entire playoffs right now. I mean, it is, it just doesn't make any sense. And I could even pull it up on the screen if you want to, just to kind of look at like what the current situation is. With the playoffs.
I'm looking at it too. Yeah. It's like Chargers we have the most wins conference wise right now too. We're 7-2 in the conference.
What I said. Yep.
Yeah. And the Patriots have number 1 in the whole AFC right now. They're only 6-2 conference wise.
Crazy, right? I mean, and we're basically winning games to help possibly seed us into a better situation. Now, you got to think that the Broncos at some point are going to lose. You can't keep this going. I mean, the last loss was against us, and that was week 3.
Yeah, week 3.
So at some point they're going to lose. Like Commanders, maybe they'll lose to the Commanders. I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, look at the Colts. The Colts are falling down now too.
Gone.
The Colts are struggling.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, the Colts were hot. Now they're not, dude. And I do not believe in the Broncos. I actually don't really even believe in the Patriots, quite frankly. I think the Patriots are okay, but you know, they haven't played anybody. So
I agree.
Anyways, that's all into the conversation. But Broncos are just winning by the hairs off their chin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so,
they barely beat the Giants,
Barely.
Like,
yes.
barely.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, come on, it's just, they've gotten lucky. They've gotten very lucky.
Absolutely.
So we'll see. These next 6 games are going to be big.
Yep, it's big. So just to your point too, the Jaguars are now on the 3rd seed. Colts have dropped off the face of the earth. They are now 1-3 in their last 4 games. Ravens back at 4 seed after the Steelers ended up winning 6-6. So essentially, if it stays where it is, we go to Baltimore. We have a great chance to go out there and get another win, or give them basically a potential chance for Herbert to get a W.
Yeah, that's what we want.
And that's what we would like to have.
Yes.
It would be terrible if they found a way that the Jaguars, went down to the floor, and I'd be like, the cursed place, dude. I know. I don't want to be there.
Yeah, I do not want to go to the Jags. No way.
Dude, I'll avoid them, please. Thank you. I do not want to play them.
Yeah.
And then, obviously Colts sitting at 6 right now, but they're starting to fail. I mean, Daniel Jones' injury might be bigger than it needs to be, or they're leading on to at this point. And the Bills basically at 8-4, which is crazy. They're 91% chance to earn a playoff spot. It's kind of a weird situation there. But on the bubble, Texans, hot team right now, just beat the Colts. They're a hot team that could potentially find a way in the division too. Ironically, that would be wild if they find a way into the division after being basically dead in the water. And the Steelers are floundering and potentially going back to another 9-8 season for whatever reason. It seems like that's a very common thing for them. And the Chiefs, hell, it's getting thin for these guys now, 6-6. And we do play the Chiefs in 2 weeks. So
2 weeks,
short week after the Monday night game, we play the Chiefs. Essentially, we could pretty much end their season at that point. So,
yeah. And again, guys, I think, especially with this Herbert injury, I think you just start running the ball. You pound the rock, pound the rock.
Agreed.
I think do some screen passes, 25 max passes by Herbert. Just do not put him in harm's way. Wait until he's healthy and get him to the playoffs alive and well, and we're done getting him hit. Okay, offensive line. Hey, fat boys, move these guys around, right? Let's create some holes, dude. Let's go.
Yep.
I agree, man. But
stick to your man like glue. Come on now.
Stick to your man, dude. And it's great to see, man. And it's great to basically sweep the Raiders, bottom line. And it's great to always see that happen. We're 4-0 in the division. We're in a really, really good position right now to earn a playoff spot. Next week, if you beat the Eagles, that's going to give you you need one more win after that, and you pretty much will lock a slot at that point.
Yeah.
So now it's just about where you're going to be, potentially division, potentially 7 seed type situation. So we'll see. But, if you look further ahead, last game of the season against the Broncos, they find a way to slip up a couple games and we continue winning. That's going to be an interesting game. That'll be flex for sure. Like a Monday night game for sure. Yep. So, great stuff, guys.
Yeah, my final thoughts, I'd say this: great win. It's the Raiders. They were a bad team, but good. Who cares? I want us just to take a big dookie on their face, and because we hate them, dude. You know what I mean? And hey, we got that W, and it worked out. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's a big win. I'll say this: our running game is better than we think it has been. So I think we need to start pounding the rock more, especially if Herbert plays next week too. Which, holy crap, if he plays next week after a surgery and he's like, nah, I'm just still going to come out and play. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? They might even put like a little minor cast on his hand, which is kind of what I was thinking they might end up doing. Just put a cast on it and, at least, covering it like right here, and like on the top, just so you can't. Anyways, we'll see what happens. But again, if you got Hampton back next week, which it looks like you will, you got Hampton and you got Kamani Vidal. You pound the rock, you split carries and say, guys, this game's going to be on you guys. You guys got to run it down their throats and donkey punch them birds. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see what happens. I mean, hopefully Herbert, is going to be okay. He's a beast, and I'm excited to see what happens. And you're 100% right. So good dub.
Yeah.
Good dub, man.
I mean, yeah, I have about like 90% chance in my head that Herbert is going to play next week. He's played with worse. He's going to keep playing. I think he even played with like a torn tibia or whatever like that. This bone is like that last playoff game like a couple of years back and stuff. So like he's tough. He's going to be able to play, and we'll still be able to make out that game for the Eagles with a dub, But some people are saying in the chat, and like I do think that this is kind of a good idea, but also not necessarily, because we do need to win every single game. But they're suggesting that maybe we just sit Herbert and play Lance for the NFC game, because it is an NFC game. It's not as critical as the other ones, but we need wins. Biggest thing.
We need the wins. Baby.
Yeah.
Play to win the game, right?
That's right.
Play to win the game.
Yeah.
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
Exactly.
That's the great thing about sports.
I agree, man, and that's the whole thing, man. Like, you got to go out there and keep winning the game, and my last thoughts too would be, hey, look, you got the dub, you're back on track. The O-line looked better for us too in this game. The run game was working too. We talked about earlier in the show, the Eagles are not that good against the run, and they are getting gashed, and that might be our strength and working right into our strengths of our team too. So I know for them, they're a big turnover type defense. They want to get turnovers. They want to get the ability to make, shorten up the field for their offense, which their offense is still struggling too. It's going to be an interesting matchup, because I think it really ultimately is going to boil down to the defenses for that game.
Yeah.
And so, and I love to see what our defense did today. We basically handled our business. We didn't play at their level. We went out there and just played aggressive. We got more blitzes going on there too. So I'm feeling good about this. And you could always feel good after a win, right? You always feel good after a win.
Always feel good.
Always feel good. You feel confident at that point. But, this team is an up and down team, but you got to win games in December to basically get that momentum into the playoffs and to earn a playoff spot. So this is critical football time right now for the Chargers. Lock in, guys. Get that dub on Monday, and let's get it.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be fun. And the Bolt Bros will be there. Oh, are we going to do a giveaway today?
No, I wasn't planning on it.
Oh, I thought you were going to roll the little thing there, hit the little wheel or whatever.
No, the cursed wheel.
Tough. Yeah, the cursed
wheel.
No,
don't you? How do you do the thing with the people in the chat? You can't do that.
Well, yeah, I can do that, but no, let's just we'll deal with it on Wednesday.
Yeah, do it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Well, we should do them on these live episodes though too. We should do that as well. So let's do that as well. At least once per week on one of these live episodes that we're on together too. So it'd be good.
Cool.
All right.
Sounds good, my guys. Well, guys, appreciate it once again. Big dub, 31-14. Love to see it once again. Always a great sight to see the Chargers demolish basically the Raiders. I love to see it, guys. So let's go ahead and get out of here, and we'll keep you guys updated on any updates this week too. And we appreciate you guys tuning in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right,
all right, guys.
Let's go.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching the Bolt Bros podcast. Let's go.
Charged up, Bolt Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight.